Chapter 14, Joy, Sweet Joy. Dad knows everybody in Northeast Portland. Well, not everybody, but he knows a lot of people because he worked for 15 years delivering mail to our neighbors and to the businesses around the community. Everywhere we'd go, people waved and said, "Hi, Mr. Hart," and sometimes they joked around with him and asked, "Got any special deliveries for me?" even though he wasn't in his uniform. He usually laughed and said, "Not today, maybe next time." But now, when people call out to him, he just says, "Not today," and he leaves off the part about there being a next time because there will be no chance of a next time. After the post office he worked at closed, he cannot be transferred because there were no positions open in other districts. I don't understand how a post office could close. Everyone needs their mail delivered. But when I ask this to Dad, he says, people don't rely on the post office like they used to. It makes me sad to know that Dad is really good at doing something people don't need him to do anymore. This is one reason why I think being a chef is the best thing to be. People will always need food. And speaking of food, ever since Dad lost his job, we haven't been able to buy the same kind of groceries. Even though he is working again, it doesn't pay the same. So today, while we shop at Fred Meyer, I try to remember not to ask for anything that isn't already on Mom's grocery list, like my favorite cereal. Mom bends down and gets a box from the bottom shelf. The whole row is full of cereals that look like the brand name flavors but taste so different. I don't complain about that, or the cheese or yogurt. But when we get to the ice cream aisle, I can't help it. "What flavor should we get?" Mom asks. She opens the freezer that's full of Kroger's brand. Not Tildemat or Ben & Jerry's. Chocolate. But can we get Tildemat's instead? That's too expensive, Ryan. Well, what about Ben & Jerry's? Ice cream is ice cream, Mom says. She puts a half-gallon of Kroger's chocolate ice cream in the shopping cart. I know to Mom it doesn't really matter. But I think Ben & Jerry's can teach whoever Kroger is a few things. The one thing Mom splurges on is coffee. Stumptown. "Can you grab that, please?" she says, pointing to a bag of ground coffee beans. I take the bag off the shelf and put it in the cart next to the box of assorted top ramen noodles. A man delivers a good cup of joe in the morning. Mom is talking to herself this time. She says this every time she buys a new bag. This is how it is now. No more brand name foods or clothes or soap or lotion. Everything we buy is on sale. And now grocery shopping takes a long, long time because instead of going to one store, we buy at 2 or 3, depending on what Mom has a coupon for. After we leave Fred Meyer, we go to Safeway to take back our soda cans. Mom always gives me the money we get from returning our cans so I can buy any special spices or ingredients for a new recipe I want to try. Safeway has all the things I need, so we do the can return here. When we get out of the car, Mom unlocks the trunk and takes out 2 big plastic bags of cans. There's a long line today because 2 out of the 4 of the machines are out of order. There's a man with 5 full bags of cans and bottles. We are going to be here for a while. Mom sighs. "Sorry, Ryan." "For what?" I'm just sorry we even have to be in this line." "I don't mind waiting," I say. Mom doesn't seem to be listening. She looks like her mind has taken her someplace else. Her eyes are sad, and I don't know what I should do or say. So I take Mom's hand because whenever I am really sad, I like for Mom to hold my hand. Once we finally get to the machine, I start passing out the cans to Mom and toss them in. The machine gobbles the aluminum, making a crunch, crunch, crunch sound. Flies are circling around our heads, coming for the sweetness in the cans. My shoes stick to the ground, and every time I move, it's like glue is keeping me in place. We're almost done, I tell Mom. Huh? She shouts over the loud machines. We're almost done, I repeat. Maybe too loud this time, because the woman behind us hears us and says, Well, thank God for that. People got things to do. I look back and see that the line has doubled, and people are standing with their hands on their hips, huffing and puffing. Some are on their cell phones, others are just standing still and looking straight ahead. And then I see her, Hannah, the girl with the voice of angels. She is in line standing next to an older woman, maybe her grandmother. Seeing her here makes me think about what Kiki said, that Hannah thinks she's all that. Seeing her here makes me think that maybe there's a lot about Hannah we don't know. I wave. She waves back. I reach towards the machine and toss the cans in. Last one, I say. Once we are home, we start making dinner together. I can hardly focus because Dad and Ray are distracting me from making funny noises and silly faces when Mom isn't looking. She fusses at us. Dad says, "Oh, a little fun never hurt anybody." He takes Mom's hand. "Can I get a beat, Ray? I want to serenade my lady." Ray takes his spoon and taps it on an empty pot, making a rhythm. Then he starts beatboxing. Dad starts rapping, and now Mom is laughing and moving her shoulders. They are both dancing, and I join in singing a melody. It sounds like we really know how to make a song. But then Ray drops his spoon. The rhythm stops, so we all stop. My bad, my bad. For once, Ray messes something up. We all start laughing, and Dad says, "If I don't find a better paying job soon, maybe we should take this show on the road. The Hart family on tour." I like the sound of that. We laugh and laugh. And that's one thing that hasn't changed.